I am currently inside of an antique store that is ran by some people that are on Netflix. There's a show called Swap and Shop, something of the sort. This is inside of their store. Break it, you buy it. Mark Martin, that was my guy. The things that you find at the flea market for $3. So, it's currently about 29 degrees outside, and I just mowed and blew my front yard. It took about 2 hours. I just got to do the side of the house, and the side of the house, and the backyard, out by the goats, out toward the camping spot. This is a, I don't know if I ever, I know I've spoke about doing maintenance on this place. Everything's still growing good in those greenhouse boxes. If you're watching, Bill Angel, thank you. The lawnmower still runs. I think I need to play with the thermostat a little bit because it's starting to surge. I don't ever think I spoke about time. The sheer amount of time that it takes to just maintain what I have. My wasp and hornet stuff fell off the porch when I was blowing. How long it takes to actually to maintain everything that I have cleared out here. If I were to do it all in one day, yeah, imagine that. I'm sick again. Perks being married to a school teacher. If I were to start to finish in one day, it takes a solid 8 hours to, and then add in leaf season. There's an empty can of cat food you saw Bitch Kitty eating out of last week. It takes me a solid 8 hours every week. And I realize things aren't growing right now, and I've been slack for a few weeks because, I've been sick on and off, and today's kind of a back on, partially off day. But yeah, I've gotten to a point where it takes 8 hours a week when all this is growing to keep it maintained. It's cold this morning. And now that the leaves have fallen off of the trees, and I'm looking at cutting down all the sick trees and the small trees. Anything about that size or smaller, because they're not going to live. They'll just get sick and die under the canopy of the tree anyway. I'm going to leave all the big, healthy trees start to really get a scale for how big this chunk of dirt really is. It's 10 acres. I mean, that's 9.8. This is, let me gather my thoughts and come back to you on that. So I know in the grand scheme of things, you know, the people out here, that, like, there's up the road, I want to say the Amish man bought 160 acres and a house. Those people don't play around, man. They're pretty serious with their money. And the Amish people out here are probably the most well-to-do out of all of the people. Like, they live the most basic life on the planet. But when it comes to financial security, the Amish community around these parts, they don't play. Anyway, you know, having lived in the city my entire life and been a renter, and you get a house and a yard, you know, you get a house and a yard. I came out here, this camera sucks. I came out here and I got 10 acres. And the concept of what 10 acres is, like in relation to where I used to live, was the entire block that I lived on, and it was a dead-end street. I've got more space here than I've ever had anywhere in my life, and it's kind of mind-boggling when you know, when you stop and think about, like, I've only got just over an acre of this place that's cleared and maintained, maybe like an acre and a half. It's gonna take me the rest of my life. Literally, it's gonna take me the rest of my life to do with this land what I want to do with it. I need to go over here and then in those trees and see if I can't find a spot I can clear that's flat to maybe stick a greenhouse there, because you can see now that there's no leaves on the trees, there's actually sun hitting that hillside right there. Can't put anything under this power line. Can't put anything up on that road because there's a power line. That might not be a bad little spot over there if I could find somewhere flat to try to build a little greenhouse. Because it's close enough to the house, and it's not, you know, it's close enough to the house that it wouldn't be too big of a pain in the ass to get to. And it's currently getting sunlight. I'm studying it as it goes. This is definitely not splitting oak. You want to talk about having to sling this thing? Splitting oak, something else. This is poplar. You just kind of hit it and it goes. Not much to splitting poplar. Nothing to tell you you're old though. Like running a chainsaw, split firewood. You know, for some reason I decided I wanted to do this at nearly 40 years old. I should have started trying to do this when I was 20. Too old for this shit. But it is what it is. In my mind, I'm still 15. Yet at 39 and change, I'm standing in the forest having a conversation with myself while splitting firewood. longer might be a bit more challenging. Nope. Here's what I get to do today. Well, would you look at that? Woohoo! I kind of got it jerry-rigged together with a couple of rocks and part of an old freezer that the guy came back, and all said and done, he literally only charged me $120 to help me install this stove. I cannot complain one bit. I got to find a part for the bottom side of that door, so that's what it is. But it is exiting the house, it is clearing the roof, and I've got French fries on the fire because why wouldn't you? I just keep a pan on there, throw a piece of sausage in there, something. Oh, as cold as it's been up here, it's super nice. Now I have a fire. Problem is, though, is that fan is not pulling heat from the living room to the bedroom, so I'm afraid that we're going to have to keep running a heater in the bedroom, but this will keep this part of the house. I don't think it's ever been this warm in here, dear. Oh. Yeah, just throw some French fries on the fire because you can. It's my neighbor's dog. That's my neighbor. There's Coon up there somewhere. It's a coon dog, and he's got a coon treed. Things you got to deal with in the country, right? Well, didn't find the coon. Brought the old trusty shotgun with me in case. Because I don't give a shit if it's a bear or a raccoon. A nuisance species. I will gladly put it the fuck out of its misery. Got no patience for coons. You guys don't need nothing. You got food and water like an hour and a half ago. They're a little riled up over all the chaos as well. Guy's dog slips his collar once in a while. I gotta give it to that guy, man. He's like 85 years old. And just walks up and down the side of that ridgeline like it ain't shit. What say you? Look. See yourself on camera. And no, this isn't an old clip. And I know this video should have come out this morning. Yeah, day late and $1 short. We went from freezing our ass off inside of the house when it was like 18 degrees outside. You know, now I've just got it kind of smoldering because it's going to get back down into the 40s, high 30s, something this evening. Let me turn this thing around and I'll talk to you. So I ate. I don't know if it was bad salami or if it was bad pepperoni or if it was a combination of the two. Last night before I went to bed, God, I look old. And I've been up since 3 o'clock in the morning. Whatever it was, I do believe that's the second time. And I've given myself food poisoning with an item that I purchased at the grocery outlets. I will no longer be purchasing anything from the grocery outlet. You know, you go there and you can fill an entire shopping cart for $40, you know, and it's like, whoo. No. I go from being germ sick to then stomach sick. Whoa. Threw up this morning to the point where I had to take a shower. I got a couple of more things I want to film to put in this video, and I'll get it out there. So I'm going to try to get back on a schedule. Projects and things. I got to build a little wood shed. That out of a couple of pallets and some rough cut lumber that I've got. But it's yeah, it's 70 degrees today, and I'm outside in a t-shirt. I'm just now getting moving around. It's like 2:30 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I need to go inside and hydrate. I'm going to lay back down on the couch because I feel like absolute dog shit. No pun intended. But I've got some firewood that's going to be, I'm probably going to wait another day or so because I actually ordered, contacted somebody to bring me a load of firewood. Because much like everything else, all this got ahead of me, and I've got some wood on the ground, but it ain't enough. I got like a week's worth of firewood, so I'm going to start cutting down trees and letting logs dry. Keep them up off the ground and cut it. And there is something to be said about having semi-green with seasoned wood to help it at least burn all night. So I'll be working on that. I think that's it for now. All right, so something moving around over there. I got this pallet here that's just under 8 feet long and about 2.5 feet wide. And I got that one over there that's exactly 8 feet long and about 4 feet wide. So I have to do some rearranging. I got to move all these pallets that are over here and get that one out of the way. I'm going to use that for the floor. I haven't decided on the length of a upright yet, but everywhere where there's a 4x4 block, it's going to upright on the back side. And then just 2, so that I have, well, I might even do a 3rd in the front, to be honest with you, because I'll still be able to access it. It's going to go here, back up against the side of this container, and then literally these come out of the garbage, out of a garbage pile at my mother's house. This is some roofing shingles. I'm going to see if I can't figure out how to wrap the top, the sides, and the back of it with that tarp, because I think that's a 8x8. Should be about big enough. And then literally put these junk shingles over top of it and just have my little wood shed right here. I don't know that I have the strength to move any of this stuff around today. If maybe I get up and do this in the morning. But yeah, it should come together. I'll try to set the camera up and show you what I'm doing. I've got these rough cut boards here. What I'll probably end up doing is I'm going to end up needing 3 of them and just figure out how to cut them to length and literally just cut them in half, and that's as big as the wood shed will be. Yeah, see if I can make that work. I'm always out of breath when I take these videos, so I guess I lied. I thought I was going to show you that, and it ended up not going together at all how I thought it would, and it took a really long time in relation to what I wanted to do. So tomorrow I'll probably wrap it up with a tarp and maybe put some of those roof shingles on there. Hell, I might even mount the mailbox on the side of it because I can. We'll see. And then there was the Saturday activity. Oh, you can hear my voice still isn't right. I'm so tired of not being well. Anyway, there's probably, let me sound Canadian. Maybe a month worth of firewood, eh? That's like a cross between Irish and Canadian. That's terrible. Anyway, I gotta figure out how to tarp that now. I can't even say tarp at a low level. Jesus. One of these days I'll get my voice back and my health. Perhaps my sanity. You know, maybe I'll just drop dead. Who knows? Couldn't be so lucky. So imagine that world. My voice still isn't right, but it's so incredibly warm inside of my house that I actually had to come outside in a tank top to cool off for a minute to film this video. The wife is on the way out. Can't see it because, of course, this camera sucks. I'm having technology issues, and I want to apologize that I haven't been on time. I've been filming stuff, but then I've been having technology issues, and oh, Walter's climbing out of the cat carrier that we put bitch kitty in at night to sleep in the house. We'd let her out on the porch, and he was sleeping in it. Anyway, I've been having technology issues. There's been an Android update on my phone, and I haven't been able to process videos on the phone, which then takes it over to the computer, which then, instead of it being a 2 gig video that uploads in like 6 hours, it ends up being a 9 gig video that takes a day and a half to upload, and then anyway, technology issues. If anybody out there in the old YouTube viewer land happens to have, maybe a old spare laptop that processes videos that I could connect to the internet that isn't the one that's connected to the television in my living room, that's like my primary source of entertainment when the wife and I are in the living room, I need another laptop. And that's been the story of my life since I started YouTube. I've always needed another laptop. I buy another laptop, and then one dies. Literally, like within 6 weeks. Because I have a brand new laptop hooked up to my TV in the living room. The one that I had hooked up to my TV that I was doing the watching the YouTube and the Netflix on, it died. It doesn't turn on anymore. Anyway, if you got some old heap of shit sitting around that'll still connect to Wi-Fi and process videos, you know where to find me on social media. Send me a message on here, something. I'm working on it, but money's tight and YouTube doesn't pay shit. I get $7 per 1,000 clicks. Well, per 1,000 commercials actually watched, I get $7. And at about 230 hits of video, and YouTube doesn't pay out until you make over $100. I've made $100 from YouTube this year. And that's currently where I'm at with that. So we don't have any money to dump into the channel. I'm probably losing money doing it. Anyway, good seeing you guys, and hopefully you'll come back next week. Trying to get back on a schedule, but I'm having technology issues. Hell, even if you got a shitty old iPhone that you don't use anymore that processes videos, I have an address. Anyway, you got something collecting dust in a drawer, man, let me know. I'll even pay the shipping. But thanks for watching. If you're new, what's up? If you're old, peace out, fuckers.